Our next comic book is the finale to Trinity War. This is part 6 of 6, and it is, of course, Justice League issue number 23. Jeff Johns is big, opening the gates for Forever Evil. So let's see how they did. First off, I just want to get through that this will contain spoilers and non-spoilers. Well, obviously, we're going to go for non-spoilers first, and I'll give you an annotation to get the final score. And, of course, after the non-spoilers, we're going to get deep into the shit of actual spoilers. So let's start off with the review. The comic opens with past events that the Justice League has faced, such as Darkseid, and we hear what basically the Outsider's origin stories, what he's been doing while they were fighting off villains, and how he got to our world. Apparently he left from another world. And remember in Justice League issue number 17, the last panel was Batman. He was saying we need to open our ranks, and then there's a shot of all these different kind of headshots of villains. And guess that wasn't Batman. That was the Outsider. He was building the secret society from issue 17. So this goes back pretty far. And so we understand it takes us from what he did before the Trinity War and what's happening now in the Trinity War. And, of course, what happened, I believe, Justice League Dark 23? Yes, 23. We see that it's Batman, his team, and I think it's Constantine and Zatanna's team is also there. And Constantine has the, Pandora's box. And he's the only one that's not affected by it. So literally everyone shows up. So Superman's team and Wonder Woman's team show up, and there's this huge brawl that happens because they all want Pandora's box. But obviously, Constantine doesn't have that, so he's kind of dodging everyone. I mean, when he's going up against people like Superman, Martian Manhunter, Frankenstein, Green Lantern, so he's kind of just trying to bide his time, dodge. At one point, Batman steals the Pandora's box. I think he's not affected by it, which I think maybe it's his gloves, or maybe Bruce Wayne has stronger will than most individuals. But he's, going around all the places, and Superman's still infected. It's funny, even when they are fighting for the box, Superman still helps out Batman, helps out his fellow Justice Leaguer. But that kind of turns sour when everyone's beating the crap out of everyone, like Dead Man's, like tag teaming fucking Shazam and beating the shit out of him. And for some reason, I thought that was funny that Martian Manhunter disguised himself as Mira, which is Aquaman's girlfriend. To basically, he's like, Mira, what are you doing here? And then Martian Manhunter, still in the Mira form, has his giant. He just extends his arm in giant alien form, and he's like, she's not here. So I thought that was funny that he basically use Mira against Aquaman. And one of the biggest kind of things that happens to the Justice League in this is Superman kind of questions his relationship with Wonder Woman, saying, if he dies, are you going to go back to Steve or, even Batman? Which I think this is kind of a nod to, other versions of Justice League. Of course, I'm talking about the animated series. But Superman begins to pursue Batman, and that's when Wonder Woman tells him to stop. That, they have to all calm down. Superman kind of goes unconscious for a second, falls to the ground, and from this point, I really got to, at this point in the video, we're going to have to go full spoilers because everything after this page, it just goes downhill for the Justice League and Justice League Dark and Justice League of America. So make sure to click the annotation to see my final thoughts. There won't be any spoilers in my final thoughts. And I'll take you to the final score, and you'll see what I gave it out of 5. All right, so it's spoilers right now, so let's talk about what happened. So really big stuff, terrible shit happens to the Justice League, especially Cyborg and Superman, but we'll get to that. So after a quick scan, Firestorm figures out that there's a small piece deep within Superman's brain that is kryptonite. That's what's been making him sick. It hasn't been, Pandora's box or anything. So we find out during a conversation between Adam and Cyborg that Adam did in fact shrink down to microscopic size, went into Superman's brain, used a sliver of the kryptonite that was found on Batman's ring, stuck it in his brain, and that hit a nerve, which caused him to just freak out, and that's how it triggered his heat vision, in which killed Dr. Light. So indirectly, or even directly, it was actually Adam who killed Dr. Light. Superman was just a catalyst. But it's the craziest thing is that Adam is just she's so like coincidence. It's like, yeah, I did it. And then Cyborg's like, you're the traitor. He's like, oh no, so are you. And then, holy shit, do you remember issue number 18, The Grid? We're like, what's The Grid? What's that storyline about? Apparently, in this sequence, the metal form of Cyborg is literally like stripped from his body. Everything that is cybernetics and robotics is just ripped off of fucking Cyborg. Victor Stone is just no longer just able to like live. It comes off of him, and it's one of the most grotesque, like full page kind of like all of his metal is just coming off his body, forming this like kind of metallo looking motherfucker called the Grid. And this is like a new villain. And he's like, Grid, it's online, and he starts shooting on the Justice League members. And then we see the Outsider carry the Pandora's box, and it's actually a teleporter or a portal to another dimension. And what's on the other side of that dimension? Wait for it. A more badass version of Aquaman from the Justice League Unlimited series? No, but actually it's something even worse. It's people from Earth 3. It's the crime syndicate. Oh my god! Ultraman, Superwoman, Owlman, Johnny Quick, Power Ring, and I believe it's, who knows? What was that guy? That dude who kind of looks like Ghost Rider. You. Yeah, that asshole. Actually, I looked it up. It's Deathstorm. That's his name. And they got 2 new members. The Grid, Metallo motherfucker right there. And Atomica. Yeah, it's not the Atom. She was a double agent for Justice League of America. And then she betrayed everyone else, and now she's with the crime syndicate. And she leaps into the arms of Johnny Quick. And then we find out that the Outsider is actually Alfred from Earth 3. And the comic ends with Ultraman charging the Justice League, and I guess everyone else, saying that the world now belongs to the crime syndicate. And that's the end of the comic, and this will lead into be continued into Forever Evil, which I'm really excited for. Definitely Justice League issue number 23 was great. I'll talk about what I liked about it really quick because this is a pretty long review. But art, Ivan Reis does a really good job. He does some really good fight scenes. There's a lot of fighting in this issue, and he handles it very well. Remember the free comic book day edition of Trinity War? Or the free preview, and there was some awesome art by Jim Lee. Well, Ivan recreates that really nicely, and it works really well. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of splash pages that happen. They're really good, and of course, everything after the Atom says she, planted the kryptonite in Superman's brain. Everything just really goes downhill from there, and it's crazy reveals and plot twists. Really good plot twists. I liked how the issue started off with story, and then most of the middle. I think the middle part, Act 2, if you will, was like all action, and then Act 3 was just intense reveals, and shit gets real. So, I definitely enjoyed Justice League issue number 23. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I'm glad we ended on Justice League. And this was part 6 of 6. So, goodbye Trinity War. And hello Forever Evil and Villains Month. I'm excited.